different.
Yeah, we got to do something different whenever I do something dumb. We can't just make it a Steve blunder. Adam blunder is your thing.
I went to
where the Great Palace biatches. Okay, if you die in the Great Palace, you don't go back to the beginning of the game. If you completely lose all your lives at any other point in the game, it sends you all the way back to where Zelda's asleep, and you have to walk the walk of shame all the way back to wherever you were. But once you make it to the Great Palace, it just puts you back at the beginning of the Great Palace, which is pretty freaking sweet because that lava area that I just walked through really sucks. This bird has.
So this is the last. This is the last palace.
Yep, this is the last one. Oh.
We greet you, Legion of Followers, back to the final episode of Zelda 2 as Steve triumphantly does not fight Ganon in the only Zelda game.
Yeah, I didn't realize you didn't know that.
No, I didn't. I told you I never really played this game.
Yeah.
Elevator Simulator.
So we're going to the right here. Now, watch this though. I think there's.
I'm gonna go left.
Oh no, there's not. Okay, I thought this was one of the ones where it fakes you out. Anyways, in this one you go to the right, but in general, there's a lot of these elevators in this thing. I know your favorite thing, these elevators, but
oh man.
Oh man, love the freaking elevators. My gosh.
It'd be great if there was a mod that had elevator music every time that you were on an elevator.
Oh my gosh, dude, you need to check this game out. There's this game called Have a Nice Death. Have you ever heard of this?
I have heard of it, but I've never seen it or played it.
Yeah, it's a roguelike. Oh, bird with your titties out. Look at the size of those titties on that bird.
He said bird with the titties out.
It's got him. Did you notice?
It's got more followers on Twitch than we do.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I got the red bird OnlyFans.
The red bird. Oh man, subscribers out the yang.
I kind of feel like OnlyFans is sort of like the Facebook of those porn light websites, because now it seems like everyone's like, oh, I'm on Fansly, and it's just like, okay.
Fansly?
Is that Fansly? You've never heard of that?
I have not. That shows you how in tune I am to the.
I just know what I see on Twitter.
What genre of subscription services that entails? Like, what category do they fall under? I don't know.
But yeah, it feels like on Twitter and stuff, like everyone's like, oh, look at my Fansly, subscribe to my Fansly.
It sounds like,
shit,
I don't know, the family member that got the short end of the stick when being named. Oh, come here, Fansly.
There we go.
Fansly, come get your dinner.
Fansly.
You know Fansly only likes his chicken nuggets. Don't be such a Fansly. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like... It sounds like anything than what it is.
Here, this is another one of your favorite things. Walls you can walk through.
This shit. This is what I saw.
This bird right here, if I hit him, I can... Well, I don't know if it's this one, but like... Anyhow, with these birds, there's multiple of these where you can walk through the wall and get to them. Sometimes they'll give you a magic jar. Sometimes they give you a red jumping bird. There's another one over here too. See, I'm not going to fuss with it. Does the elevator
stop there on its own, or do you stop?
No, I stop it.
So how the hell are you supposed to know that there was a wall there? You just press the button towards it?
Yeah.
And just...
Well, it's a very long screen. See, there's a titty bird over there.
Titty bird.
Now, in general... See, now there's one over here too. In this palace, if you're confused about where to go, when in doubt, go follow the titty birds, because they will guide you to the correct end. That one spot right there, though, is the one place where there's one on both sides, so it can be kind of confusing. Oh, got he!
Hey, girl, what that beak do?
Find out on my Fansly.
On my bird Fansly.
Oh my gosh. How the hell? You freaking bots. I hate these fools. They are such turds.
Where did those turds go?
Where did them turds go? Oh my gosh. It's been a couple sessions since we talked about envy. We had to bring it back.
If, like I said earlier, if anything, it just makes us consistent.
You know what we ought to do is
have an envy watch party. I agree.
Do it on Discord or something. No, I was gonna say like we hit 100 YouTube followers or whatever, and do an envy DVD giveaway signed by the Boozy Boys.
Oh snap! That would be a priceless piece of merch. Any new Legion of followers, thank you for recent subscriptions, reviews. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Adam and I talk about it. It's actually probably more me badgering Adam with it than anything. We got another subscriber. We got over 100 views on this video. Oh my gosh. You guys have to understand though, like for the longest time, we were lucky to get like 5 or 6 views. So we've had multiple videos go over 100 recently.
We pretty much
just
did this as a reason to hang out.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. And it still is, really. I mean, to me at least, it's just like I mean, would I love to see this turn into something where we have millions of followers,
a legion of followers.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not anticipating that. But if we did, that would be awesome. But anyhow, no, it's just really cool. People have been following, people have been watching the videos, and we appreciate that from the bottom of our ding dang hearts.
From our big, beloved, raccoon-filled hearts.
Let's just try that again.
You were distracted by the bird boobs.
Yeah, I know. I think that's why they got them out. They're just like,
that's why.
Like, I know what you enjoy. I know what makes you cheer.
This little elf boy likes. Come here, you.
Little elf boy.
I mean, he is an elf, right? Look at that. I mean, the ears are telltale elf.
He's not an elf.
He's an elf.
No, he's Hylian, isn't he? I know he's not an elf, that's for sure.
I'm Googling it.
You're an elf racist. Like, you're just like, I'm gonna assume he's an elf.
Link is a Hylian, which is a sort of a elf-human hybrid as far as looks go. Canonically, there are no humans or elves in Hyrule where the game takes place, so one could argue that Hylians are elves, but as far as the official canon goes, no, he is not an elf, but neither is he human. Cue the Atom Blender.
That didn't the little sound effect. Okay, so I'm getting ready to fight the Thunderbird, who this is the next to last boss.
Makes total sense. Or do you remember the Thunderbird being such a nemesis in the other game?
Right. But remember, this game is the weird...
It's the bastard child.
Yeah, exactly. But, okay, so when you get to this guy, you want to have your magic at level 8. If you do that whole leveling up practice that we did, as we played through this game, you know how you take your levels at weird points? All that, just remember one thing. When you get to the Great Palace here, you want to be at Magic 8. Now, I know if you're a speedrunner out there, it's like, I could beat this at Magic 4 or whatever. Shut up, I'm not talking to you. But no, you want to get...
speedrunner voice is impeccable.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they all sound like in my head.
That's what they all
except for React and Trav White.
And Retro Runner.
And Retro Runner, yeah, obviously. Everybody else is like, grr.
Everybody else except for those 3 people.
I got early butthole percent and
early butthole percent.
Yeah. So anyways, if you got Magic 8, then you want to do this once the Thunderbird comes on screen. You cast the Thunder spell, the Reflect spell, the Jump spell, and the Shield spell. Now, Shield is optional, but it's nice because it lets you take more hits without dying. But basically, I never knew this. This is another thing I think React taught me. Thunder you have to cast to be able to kill the bad guy. Jump is super handy because this guy's all over the screen and having a big jump is really helpful. The Reflect spell, though, this was the one that threw me for a loop. And the whole thing is that Reflect apparently shrinks the crap out of your hitbox. So, it just makes it a lot easier to get through this guy, and then obviously shield for when you do take hits, if you take hits.
But a sophisticated player such as yourself, we do not have to worry about such things.
I don't know.
I don't know. No, they're not gonna work here anymore.
Oh, well, I got one.
So this is one of Ganon's head minions, is what you're saying.
Well, I don't know what his relation is to Ganon. He's like, I started under the new guy. I don't. But no, Ganon is dead right now, so I don't know. I don't know what his relationship is with Thunderbird. Maybe they're best pals or something.
His fireball thing's coming out. It does look like an RNG nightmare.
Yeah, it's pretty crappy. So look, there he is. He's all done.
So real quick, before you continue, there was, while we're going on to the Link elf conversation, there was another post down where I just saw this one sentence in a comment, and I'm like, I have to know what this comment says, because that was hilarious. And it says, Link is a Hylian. Hylians are not related to elves in any way, because elves are not in any Zelda game. Seriously, you could have just Googled the question. But he posted that in a response to somebody asking it in a forum.
Oh my gosh.
I just love this. Seriously, bro, you could have just Googled the question.
Okay, so...
Oh my god. Well, why? I mean, sure, I could have.
I've often wondered this. What is the criteria for when you get pissy and just be like, bro, you didn't just Google that? Because...
Yeah, right.
I think that is a totally appropriate response in some situations. But what is the criteria, though? Because... self-help is something that so many people just absolutely suck at.
Right.
So like recently, like, I mean, I'm a father of 3, and like, I've been trying to teach my kids self-help, with some certain things. Well, I guess it's not a secret or anything. Like, if they need to find anything, they don't look at all. And then they're like, hey dad, where's that thing? And I'm like, did you look? Did you check the place it normally is? If it wasn't there, did you use logic to think of where it may have been? I'm saying this and my son's sitting like 2 feet away from me. I love you very much, son, but you're not great at looking for things. But anyways, so it's like, so people suck at self-help. Well, the Googling of things, and then people made that let me Google that for you. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That's hilarious. It's like, that is the most passive-aggressive thing.
For sure.
Passive-aggressive, petty, whatever you want to call it. But what do you think about that? Because there's some situations where you're like, bro, just Google that shit. But then...
I feel like, so in situations like this, when it's in forums related to the game that the question is about and shit like that, like... if I can't ask a question in a forum that's about the game, why the hell are we even in it? I would just Google any question that I have. I'm not asking, I mean, what your opinion on it? I'm not asking the official answer, I guess. I mean, in this particular instance, it's like that. But in other instances where people are like, well, you could have just Googled it. Well, then why are we here?
For a human interaction? For a shared experience?
Yeah, well, fuck that.
There we go. He's dead.
Could have just Googled it, bro.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that situation, yes, exactly. Because like you're not only asking a question that's relevant to the forum itself, but you are asking the experts. You know, because if you Google stuff, yes, you can Google anything. But Google isn't always right, because Google isn't a person. It's like I don't know what the hell you call it, but it just combs the internet.
A keyword finder. It
combs the internet for answers about stuff, and it's going to find whatever it thinks is correct. And the thing is, sometimes it's just not right. I mean, even what the heck, we talked about like didn't we talk about that on here at one point? Like how to pronounce certain words. And like Google will tell you how to pronounce it one way, and then like everywhere else you look, it's a different pronunciation.
I believe that the word "goes" started that conversation because you said a different way.
Because it's Goza, not goes.
But we checked.
It. Yeah, but Google was like, it's goes, and it's like, no, it's not an English word. It's Goza, you know. But yeah. So But no, anyways, yeah, there are some. I remember, I'll never forget one point where I was in, I think it was a Facebook group or something, but someone was trying to be a turd about all that crap when someone asked a question, and other people answered the question because they're decent human beings. Sorry, hold on a second here. Oh my gosh, I just realized we had doubled audio on the game through this entire playthrough. I freaking love the Elgato Wave 3, but Elgato, your software updates piss me off to no end because every time I update software, it F's up all my settings.
I also have a Wave 3, and I have skipped the latest versions 3 times in a row now, specifically for that reason.
Oh, really? Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's so I'll apologize, I guess, right now because people are just going to have to watch the video with doubled audio. I can't go back and fix it, but freaking Elgato, damn you. They do this every freaking time, and it drives me insane. But anyways, yeah, this person asked this question, and the person, some other person in the group was a real turd about it. And the person who asked the question was just like, yeah, I get that I could have just Googled it, but I wanted to have another interaction. I wanted to have an interaction with another human being who had knowledge on the subject, not to just see what, you know, soulless Google tells me about it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely right. Or they are absolutely right. I don't want to assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, but totally right. Like, what's wrong with just asking I mean, this is why I'm in the forum, because we're all fans of the topic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I completely agree with you.
I guess all that to say, I guess there's not a black and white, because I think there are absolutely instances where dude, just Google that shit is the correct response. But at the same time, though, I would say that we should all be careful not to lean on that so heavily, because yeah, people need to be able to ask questions and ask them of other people. I mean, I think it's just kind of part of human interaction.
But like, my response to that is, in the time it took you to type bro, just Google that shit, you could have just said the answer. You could have just
probably, yeah,
the answer.
Yeah.
And, you know, that would have been fine, instead of like passive aggressively telling me to go fuck myself. Apparently,
that is a lot more fun, though.
Like, that legitimately happened in this Chrono Trigger group that I'm in. Somebody asked a question about like how to do a specific side quest in the game, and of course the comment sections were all like, "Did you even Google it, bro?" Or a simple Google would have followed, you know, answered, "Why are you asking in here?" You know, and so I eventually made the comment, and I was like, "Oh, OP makes you know, honest question about a game that we're all passionate about here in this group." And it's like, members and fans of the same game, go fuck yourself and use the internet. You know, or
was this a Dark Souls thing? I'm sorry, I might have missed that.
It was Chrono Trigger.
Oh, Chrono Trigger. Sorry, yeah, you said that. My bad. My mind drifted partway through that. I was listening to the story.
Well, it sounds like something the Souls community would say.
It does, yeah. I saw something out of the corner of my eye that I was like, oh, what's that? And then I was like, oh, I got lost halfway through. But yeah, that does sound like a Souls community kind of thing.
It would fit in either category, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. Well.
So the final boss of this game is Evil You?
Evil me, yeah, evil Dark Link. And Dark Link shows up throughout the franchise from this point on.
Dark Link is a Ganon minion?
I guess. I would assume so. I don't know where he comes from.
That was going to be my next question. Where
like, is there Dark Bill and Dark Martha, and they had intercourse and made Dark Link or something, or?
Are Bill and Martha the canon names for Link's
those
parents?
Those are standard Hylian names. And I like how you went to Hylian, knowing that it's Hyrule and Hylia, and you still said Hylian. That Link is a Hylian.
I mean, I'm sure it works either way, right?
It could be. Why don't you Google that shit?
Yeah, just Google it, dumbass.
Oh man, I see it now. Now we have like an 18-minute episode, which is like really short for us. So like, what do? Do we just post a short one, or do we tack this onto the other one? Just make a big supersized episode? I guess it's the first episode of the new year. Maybe make it
Happy New Year, everybody. Legion of followers.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Thanks a million. The thanks a million always cracks
The
me up.
origin of Dark Link says his first appearance was the final boss, and blah blah blah. In spite of his origin as an enemy, indeed one so important as to be the final boss, he's given no explanation either within the game or in the manual, merely serving as the last challenge Link must face.
Well, there you go.
So there you go. It's the final boss with absolutely no reason or backstory as to why he exists.
No
Just
mentions
kill
of
it.
Bill or Martha
or
when they hooked up or anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nintendo. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million.
No, the thanks a million always cracks me up because I don't know if what they put. I would like to know what they put on this screen in the Japanese version because thanks a million sounds so American. It's like it sounds like what a Japanese person would put, trying to sound like a really casual American. Thanks a million.
There's even a store chain called Books a Million. Edit the cricket in.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I was leaving that space there so I could put the cricket in. I was watching that episode back the other day when you said something. You made a comment about how the people in the villages all look the same, and I was like, I don't know where my mind went because there was like a long silence there, and that's why I put the cricket sound in. But
I'm used to you not responding to the things that I say.
I'll tell you, it's a lot easier to respond though doing the Let's Plays than it is in the podcast because when we're doing the podcast, I have to run like 5 things on my side while we're just talking, and you'll make a comment and I'll totally miss it because I was adjusting an audio level or moving a screen or something like that, and then I don't respond at all, and then I look like a real jag
and
off,
I'm just like, cool,
and you're like, I made this great comment and you didn't say anything, so yeah.
See, maybe that's why I subconsciously repeat the things that you say, is to keep you in track with the conversation.
Yeah, focus it more on me, and then I'll pay better attention.
About that? Maybe it's not about me, Steve. Maybe it's about you.
I am the first to assume that all problems originate with me. All right, we should cap this one off. Guys, everybody, Happy New Year. May you have a wonderful 2023.
Thanks a million.
Yeah, thanks a million for all the follows, the likes. Make sure you leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment. Subscribe to the page. We absolutely need to continue to grow, and I appreciate everyone who has recently. One other thing I would ask is leave us a comment explaining where you think the threshold of... Dude, Google that shit.
Just
like
Google that shit.
Yeah, when is that the appropriate response and when is that an inappropriate response? I would like to see what people have to say. If we get any comments at all answering that question, I will be completely flabbergasted.
It will send a large amount of blood to our loins. So leave those comments.
I'll one up you. I'll do our next recording session in the nude.
In the nude. And that's something that does not come easily. You got to go on Fansly for that kind of shit.
Yeah, you got to pay extra for that.
Check out Steve's Fansly.
Wasn't that pleasant sound?
My wife's over here chiming in. Shut up! You're not part of the show.
Hey, shut up there, Peter.
I don't need you shedding disparaging remarks upon my nudity.
You get like this spray bottle for a bad cat. Hey, no.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Have yourselves a great day, a great year, and just be sure to watch more Beer O'Clock. When the little thingies pop up at the end of the episode that shows you the next suggested video, click on that. You'll have a great time.
Hey!
See ya.
Dun, 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 dun.